Hi, and welcome to How to Become President. Today, we'll be showing you the 3 basic candidates who will show you the 5 basic steps of why they should be president. And if you would like to know how to become president, follow this video, like it, subscribe, and watch for helpful tips on what you can do.
In light of this coming election, we'd like to offer you with an alternative idea of what campaigns and future presidents could look like. This is merely a parody and only for fun, so please don't make fun of us or abuse us on social media. It is purely for your enjoyment and our enjoyment only, and has nothing to do with the actual election. No offense taken and none given. Please be advised.
Good evening, my fellow American citizens. I'm Kim Smith, Idaho Administration, Vice President of the Book Club, and owner of the 2007 Lexus. And a vote for me is a vote for policies, a vote for America, and a vote for the potato. Under my administration, my policies are included, but not limited to, a vow to never allow the exportation or importation of potatoes outside of the state of Idaho. We will also be enforcing homeschooling to all citizens of America, which will include a plan deconstruct 101 of the schools that will slowly be sifted out of our society. This will allow teachers to find another job with more meaning. It will allow students to have a better education, and it will allow those properties that the schools were on to be now replaced with farms of their own agriculture and crops, which are dwindling in our society. Thank you very much. Another reform that we are going to be bringing in this administration is that only certain hobbies will be allowed for the American citizen. Yes, we will have restrictions on hobbies so that we can allow for a safer America. Yes, also, we have a vote to enforce meal plans in the schools. You might be wondering, how is this possible? Because the schools are deconstructing. I am glad you asked. As the schools deconstruct, we will be enforcing a meal plan within so that they can sustain themselves through the destruction. This meal plan will consist of dirt, ghost peppers, and Lyme disease. This will provide sustenance for the dwindling school population as they are transitioning out of the school society and into the home. We will also be offering this option and enforcing it, in fact, inside the home as well. Yes, along with this, we are enforcing a 70% tariff on all watermelons coming into the U.S. from Taiwan. Yes, we will also be enforcing the reduction of we will be reducing skateboards across America. This is for the safety of our citizens, and this is for the safety of the mental health of those who have to watch a skateboarder do tricks and realize that they're really not that good at anything. So we, along with all of these things, we hope that a vote for the Smith administration is a vote for Idaho, the potato, Connecticut, and America as a whole. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, dear citizens of the United States of America. My name is Rajesh Prasad Pandey Williams. The third, or the second. I'm here to tell you about my campaign, about what I am going to do for the country of America that you're currently living in. Or if you're watching from somewhere else, then that you're not living in. Number one, I'm going to provide free electricity to everyone in the country 1 day a week. That's right. You get to choose the day. Depending on the poll that we take, you will choose the day. We can do Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, Monday. We can choose that together, and I will make sure that we will get that day as a free electricity, also for me. Second, I will legalize, and trust me, I will, interracial marriages. I know how important to me it is to me. My wife herself is an American citizen. She's a white person. So it is very important to me that we legalize this marriage. Now, my marriage is not illegal. It is 100% legal. But for you guys, I will make sure that your marriage, if you get married to someone else who's not the same race as you, will be legalized. If it's not legalized, turn yourself in. Number three, free Chick-fil-A. That's right. free Chick-fil-A to anyone who is above the age of 20. Now, I know that many people listening to this political debate and campaigning and stuff like that are not necessarily people who are younger than 20. But if you know anyone who's younger than the age of 20, tell them that Rajesh Prasad Pandey Williams the third is going to give free Chick-fil-A to everyone over the age of 20 once a week on Sundays. Number four, actually, this is majorly for the handicapped people. You know how you go into restrooms and you see the handicapped stalls, and you feel like you're not allowed to go to those stalls because all the handicapped people might be going there. Well, guess what? Handicapped people are now allowed to use regular stalls. You can use the regular stalls. Wheel in, do your business, wheel out. Tokyo Drift. Number five. Number five. Actually, number five, yes. There's a problem that I see in the country of America. There are a lot of immigrants from Georgia. And so we need to ban the people from Georgia. Now, I know you're thinking, well, Georgia is not a country, it's a state. True, but also, you know what else is true? Handicapped people not being able to pee and poop in regular stalls. That is true too. They have to wait 2 hours. 2 hours. I have a friend of mine. He was handicapped. He could not go to the bathroom. You know what happened next? He had to wait 2 hours. Couldn't hold it in anymore. He died. The problem with Georgia and having immigrants from Georgia is you think that Georgia is just a state. Oh, well, what's the problem? Georgia also happens to be a country. And so how confusing is that? Oh, hi, I'm from Georgia. Oh, which part of Georgia? And they rename some random crap. You're like, oh, I don't know that place. That's right, because they're illegal immigrants from Georgia. Ban illegal immigrants. Hashtag justice for the handicapped. Speaking about my handicapped people, we have to bring justice to them. These are some people who got to pee and poop, guys. We got to think about them, okay? So hashtag justice for handicapped people. And my name is Rajesh Prasad Pandey Williams the fourth. Remember my name. Vote for me. Here's my cell phone number. The beep. I'm not gonna tell you my full.
Hey, Americans, welcome to our policy video. This is my introduction to you after announcing my presidential candidacy the last week, okay? So, Walter DeChambeau here. Ready to take down the fake Kimmy Smith. She's so fake, we're not going to allow her to take Connecticut, okay? We will take Idaho, we will take Mississippi, and we're gonna take everything out of Alaska, okay? Those are the 3 states that we will win. Probably have no shot of winning the other states. 53% of Americans do not know where Idaho is on the map, okay? 96% of Americans cannot name all the states that border Idaho. And 59% of Americans do not know how to spell Idaho's capital, which means they probably don't know what the capital is. So they probably could spell Boise, but they don't know what the capital really is. Ending free health care to anyone under 3 years old. There's going to be free taxi ownership everywhere. I will establish 13.8% more libraries across the northwestern United States, and that's it, because that part of the world, there's nothing else to do up there. We will add a sports team to New Mexico. And Kim Smith, she owns a Lexus. Is she going to donate that to charity? No. There's tariffs all about. And don't get me started on that other man candidate who no one knows how to say his name. Did you know that he owns 3 boats on the side of the Northwest Territory in Canada? He won't tell you that. And definitely not Kimmy Smith. She won't tell you anything. That's why she's deaf in one ear. Okay, and she won't even tell you what year that is. He is over the age of 50. Why does he have Hot Wheels? Maybe he has kids. I don't have time to look up his Wikipedia. He probably does. We all know Kimmy Smith has at least 3 because she's whack. Issues. Did you know that over 15% of Americans know the names of her children? And did you know that 100% of Kim Smith can't even list what their favorite hobbies are? She doesn't even know how old they are. We will add several to the Bill of Rights, at least 13 to the Bill of Rights. It will not be the 10 commandments of the Bill of Rights, because the Bill of Rights has 10. Okay, it will be 23. listen, no more sugar-free candy. That's a lie, okay? When it says sugar-free candy, there's still glucose and all that macro stuff in there, okay? It will harm everything. The teleprompter needs to switch. No more free beaches, okay? Every single beach across the world will cost at least $20, okay? Depending on inflation. So probably by year 4, it'll be about $35. The 37th Amendment, no more free shoe shining in businesses. There's too many businesses in the Salesforce Tower that allow that. We're going to end that, okay? Bankruptcy will be the 38th Amendment, okay? Anyone who makes under $100,000, they will have to go bankrupt. We need to help the rich, okay? No more poor, no more middle class, only one class. That's the rich class. You just think about it. How often do you see a median and there's nothing in that median? There's too many medians that have nothing up there. We are going to put fungi everywhere, okay? It's going to go sky high. That's right. Everyone will lose their right to vote if you make a certain amount of money, okay? You might be saying, well, how am I going to support my family? Well, you will not be able to support your family when you vote for me. The family will end. In terms of finances, your family will be safe, but they just won't have anywhere to live. What is Kim Smith going to do? Oh, you don't want to know. What's that other guy going to do? Well, we need to know his name first. What am I going to do? What are we going to do for the free people? We are going to storm the streets because we have nothing else to do. And finally, you need to know why you need to stand firm and vote for the systematic community of American maestros, Scam Party. You need to vote for the Scam Party, okay? We stand for 4 values. Number 1, understanding how important it is to make sure that your kid goes to school right as they're born, okay? These babies need to be educated, and they're not going to be educated just, having milk and singing the ABCs at home. No more of that. It's going to be physical too. They're going to be at physical school, not no homeschool, nothing like that, okay? The homeschool community is what's ruining our educational system, okay? So homeschooling will also be banned, and that's the second amendment. But the other amendment that will be added on is going to be that babies will be educated, okay? We're going to have the smartest babies in the world, okay? Currently, the top 3 countries of smart babies, okay? Number 1 is Switzerland, okay? We will destroy Switzerland's babies in terms of how smart that they are. How are you going to grade how smart these babies are? Well, they will have the IQ test, don't worry. So the SAT will be destroyed and the ACT will be gone. It's going to be the MAT, okay? That's going to be, is my baby smart? That test, okay? That's not what it stands for because we don't have time. We have to just pick a name and roll with it. So we're going to have those babies take that test. It'll determine which of the 13 grades that they will be in. Because there will be 13 grades of babies, okay? And then after that, if they graduate baby school, then they will go into preschool, okay? So you will literally not see your kids. They will be in the educational system until they get that doctorate at age 26. At some point, they will grow up. I don't know what age that babies grow up, but they will lead our country. The universe is 396 billion to the billionth. That's right. That's a pretty big number. Whenever you elect me as president, we will explore 86% of the universe. You understand that, Idahoan voters? We're going to get your votes.
Hello, my name is Joseph Moon. Space. Mars. Oh, sorry about that. That's just a little tick I called the failed Mars mission. The failed Mars mission, if you don't know, I was on one of the astronauts in space, in Mars. Tick, space. Anyway, in Mars, and I had an accident where I almost died in space. So, that's what the ticks are. Post-traumatic stress Mars. Anyway, I am here to talk about my candidate, Kim Smith. Now, Kim Smith, like myself, agree that kinetic traffic needs to be fixed. Like, what is going on with Connecticut? They are just a bunch of buffoons. Their traffic needs to be fixed. Man. Space. Ooh. Also, one of the big proponents of space, Kim says space is more potatoes. Space. Now on Mars, we only could eat potatoes because we grew our own on space. On the spaceship, we grew our own potatoes. So starch is king, and that's why Kim Smith should be president for potatoes.
My fellow Americans, my name is Bartholomew Wellington III. I am here on behalf of my friend Rajesh Prasad Pandi Williams to endorse him for President of the United States. Now, you may ask me what I do for a living. And I'm in the money business. You may say, Bartholomew Wellington III, what is the money business? Well, let me tell you. My papa gave me a large sum of money in the past, and I've just taken that and made it into more money. I'm in the money business. There's a lot of issues plaguing our country today that my good friend Rajesh wants to fix. I understand he wants to make it legal for biracial marriages. I'm all for that. Other races besides mine have lots and lots of money. I understand that he wants to make it okay for disabled people to use normal bathroom stalls. I understand that, but I have a proposition for Rajesh. What if we charged people to use the bathroom? We could make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Now, Rajesh is running against Kim Smith. I call her Kimothy. She wants all of these terrible things. She wants to put a Coney Island restaurant on the moon. What a waste of millions and millions of dollars. So, my friends, when you go to the polls, please, don't think about it. We all want more money. Rajesh will get you more money this upcoming election. So please, vote for Rajesh Prasad Pandi Williams for President of the United States of America. My name is Bartholomew Wellington III, and I approve his message.
In this upcoming election, we need a leader we can stand behind. That leader is not Kim Smith. We want a president that can be educated, educational, informative, and helpful. Kim Smith has no GED. She graduated college but with no honors in Connecticut. On the outside, Kim Smith seems like a reliable candidate. However, her main campaign point revolves around potatoes. We need a president with more of a campaign than potatoes. Vote Rajesh Prasad Pandi Williams instead, where we can get free electricity once a week. When it comes to character flaws, Kim Smith has several. I shall name 3: uninformed, uneducated, and apathetic. Vote Rajesh instead. He is 3 things as well. Brown. Now it's time for Silly Songs with Bartholomew Wellington III, the part of the show where Bartholomew Wellington III comes out and sings a silly song.
Money is a burning thing, and it makes even more money. Bound by wild desire, I fell into a pile of money. I fell into a big old pile of money. I got more, and it was so funny. And I love my pile of money, my pile of money. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. The taste of money is sweet. when money like ours meets. I fell for you like you had some money. Oh, but the money went wild. I fell into a big old pile of money. I got more, and it was so funny. And I love my pile of money, my pile of money. I fell into a giant pile of money. I got more, and it was so funny, and it feels so good. My pile of money, my pile of money, my pile of money, my pile of money, my pile of money. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Money for me.
This upcoming presidential election, do not vote Rajesh Prasad Pandy Williams for public office. Rajesh's prior job was a sushi chef in Brazil, Indiana, but not the country of Brazil, confusing everybody. Don't vote him this election, vote Kim Smith. Rajesh's previous position as Senator of Vermont, he had several bills he passed. The 1984 Act proposed that all members of Vermont must take a pill before 4 p.m. That pill was to give you the tendencies of an Enneagram 4. The side effects were to act like a 4-year-old. And by members of Vermont, I mean members of the Vermont Library. On August 3rd, 1965, Rajesh tweeted out, "My favorite actor is Sam Elliott." Sam Elliott is a terrible person, and that's why you should vote Kim Smith. Build Ford Tough. Kim Smith. Are you in her hands? Welcome to the 87th presidential debate. I'm Ferry Bippings, your moderator for tonight. I will explain the rules for the debate amongst our 3 candidates. This is the first year where we have 3 parties running. There will be no iPhones allowed by any means. They can be, you can have an Android, you can use it during the debate, that's totally fine. You can use banjos, but you can only play them in the key of E flat. That's very important and we're very strict on that. There will absolutely be no dancing while your opponent is debating. That is it for our rules. Let's get to the debate. Our first party is donned by Kim Smith. You are from Idaho, making a lot of potatoes. You have gone on record recently saying that you will never export any of the potatoes out of Idaho. And Americans that do not live in Idaho are very upset about that. What do you have to say?
To your question, Your Honor, of why we would not export potatoes outside of Idaho, it is for the same reason that we would not take cattle out of Montana, why we would not take palm trees out of Florida, and why we would not take tortillas out of Mexico. They belong there.
Representing our second party is Rajesh Prasad Pandy Williams is representing our second party today. Rajesh, you recently went on record saying that you want to legalize interracial marriage. Now, can you expand upon that, as interracial marriage is already legal in most states?
There's always reasons to why people do stuff. And the reason to why I am wanting to legalize something that's already legalized is because it cannot be legalized enough. Okay? Sometimes you have to legalize something enough times to make it completely legalized. What is 1 plus 1? 2. What is legalized plus legalized? Double legalized, okay? So that's why I'm legalizing interracial marriages. Now, the people who think this is not legalized, they're gonna be shocked, like, oh, now it is legalized. Well, dum-dums, it was already legalized, so good for you.
And for the first time in 16,000 years, as running the U.S. presidency here, we have a third party running. Walter DeChambeau, representing SCAM as his party. Walter, your proposed policy says that everyone under $100,000 a year income will have to file for bankruptcy. As most Americans make under $100,000 each year, what do you have to say for that?
That is true, Cedric, and thank you for the question that you have proceeded to ask. As I remember, whenever that I was at summer camp, I had exactly $13, and I knew the $13, okay? I had 8 reasons to expand those $13, okay? I literally cannot count out dimes, nickels, quarters, semi-pennies, anything like that. I don't have the mental capacity to do that. But that's why I invented the world's first calculator app, okay? It's in the App Store right now for only $99. It used to be $89, but inflation, thanks to that person over there. So
Come
it's important
on.
to understand how
Come
valuable
on.
it is to make.
Kim Smith, last quarter you were recently elected vice president of the book club, and you recently said you were going to put a 70% tariff on all watermelons coming into the U.S. from Taiwan. What do you have to say about that?
We need tariffs. We need watermelon. We need Taiwan. Next question.
Rajesh, can you bring some light onto your policy on immigration? Recently, you stated that it's a huge problem that people from Georgia are coming into the U.S., that being the country of Georgia and not the state of Georgia. And you said that it's very confusing and we should keep the people from Georgia out of the country. Can you explain that?
So, touching on the Georgia problem, it's so confusing. It is confusing. Georgia, the country, or Georgia, the state. So, here's my plan of action. Remove the name Georgia from United States. Call it Narnia. Let's call Georgia Narnia. You guys all in the audience, you're listening to how people are like, oh, welcome to Georgia. Well, I thought I was in the state of Georgia. Now I'm in the country of Georgia. How do you know? It's so confusing. That's why, if I'm elected, I will, and trust me, I will, make sure that Georgia is changed to Narnia. And guess what the capital of Narnia is going to be? Spare-oom. We're going to call that the capital of Narnia.
Mr. DeChambeau, you recently had an amendment proposal that all babies will now be schooled from birth. What do you have to say to this?
Because I support preteens and teens. I'm going to get all their votes. I'm going to win the preteen vote, like I said earlier. It's going to happen.
Is somebody going to tell him that
we're going
preteens
to
can't
load
vote?
up the Minecraft servers, and we're going to get as many mods
Rebuttal.
as possible.
Rebuttal.
Okay?
Yes, I would like to offer a rebuttal to my opponent's policies on the school systems. Yes, my rebuttal is with the Smith administration. We will be enforcing homeschooling to all eligible candidates which are of the age 17 and up. Yes, and we do not stand for baby suffrage, like Shambo wants to impose upon the American people. We do not stand for it. No, we do not stand for the suffering of our babies. Babies, mothers alike, they should be in their homes enjoying ice cream and pizza.
Do look at the babies in the eye, and we tell them that Gerber will stay funded. Right now, Gerber is in a bit of a hole right now. That's right. Hurricane Helene devastated Gerber headquarters, but not if you elect me. I will make sure that hurricane does not affect Gerber headquarters.
Senator Smith, you recently proposed a new meal plan for schools last quarter, consisting of dirt, ghost peppers, and Lyme disease. Can you explain why you would do such a horrible thing to kids?
I would like to provide some clearer explanation to my policy of the school meal plan of dirt, Lyme disease, and yes, ghost peppers. Rajesh, nobody cares about your little life in Brazil, Indiana.
Whoa,
The reason
Kim,
why we are implementing
relax.
this meal
Ghost
plan in
pepper,
all
Lyme
of
disease,
schools
and dirt?
is for equality for students
See,
and teachers to identify.
Everyone, I don't think
with
that's
the ground
I don't think that's right there.
Yes.
I have
Groundhogs
served
give us
as the
life.
head chef.
They give us alerts of
That's
when
right,
the
a head
seasons
chef.
change.
I knew
If
how
a
I learned how to
groundhog
cook
can live
sushi.
off of dirt,
And I served
ghost
as the head
peppers,
chef
and Lyme
in
disease,
yakisoba,
then so can we.
restaurant
Equality
in
for the
Brazil.
teachers and the students of America.
Indiana.
Senator Rajesh, you recently proposed a nationwide ban on the powerhouse of the cell, stating that it is too common of a scientific question and only homeschoolers would use such language. Please respond.
So, powerhouse of the cell. When I say that, what's the first word that comes to your mind? That's right, mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. You all know that. You all have studied that in school, right? Well, guess what? That's not good enough. So when people say mitochondria, nowhere in that word can I feel power.
Wrong.
When someone says power, what's the first thing that comes to mind? For me, Jesus Christ. He's power. His love is power. So the powerhouse of the cell, you know what? Not only the cell, but our entire body should be powered by Jesus Christ. If you're not a Christian, if you're not a Christ follower, believe in Jesus Christ. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Capital Johnson. That is such a wonderful question. And
Whoa,
first
Shanlo.
off, you have no
Take a
room
chill
to
pill,
talk,
man.
because guess what? You are below the height average for president. Did you know that the average president is 89.362 centimeters tall? She's only 58 centimeters tall. He's only 53 centimeters tall. That's an exact measurement. I measured them privately without their knowledge just a few minutes ago.
No,
When I
no,
say
he
minutes
did
ago,
not.
I
He did
mean
not measure us
not minutes
privately.
ago, because the debate.
Okay, it's absolutely a scam.
Losing
It's
my
a
mind,
scam.
losing my mind.
Oh,
You have nothing good
What-
to say.
what was that?
You've seen.
How can you
What was that?
gain some personal
A scam.
information of
Here's what
someone
she's talking about.
without even
who
them knowing?
who
Those
is your
peppers in
scam
mine.
party
That's breach of
anyway?
privacy
Who
right
are you
there.
running
For our
for?
establishment
It's
and our
literally
culture.
me and
Without
Rajesh
those two
Prodkod
things,
Williams
the
over here.
hospitals would be.
Would you ever want
It's important.
someone
that
like
we
Shango
Policies
here
support
actually
be
matter.
your
He stands
president?
for interracial
If
marriage,
they go
right?
bankrupt,
He wants
you will
it
go
legalized.
bankrupt.
Do you even
If you
care
get
about
bankrupt,
interracial
I get
marriage?
bankrupt.
Every
You
time I
didn't
need
want
private
legalism
information
in this
from you, I will
country.
use
Come
it,
on.
and then I will
If
ask
he
you.
will
Come
rule this
on.
I will
world.
ask you after I use
We
it.
don't want that.
I mean,
If he
I'm
goes
asking you after,
bankrupt,
but I'm still asking
she
you.
will get all his money. If she gets all his money, she will give it right back to him, because they support each other. They are bipartisan, okay? I am
Come on, guys. Look at this dude.
which means I stand for my own party and no one else. We will work with no other party and no other branch of government, okay?
So that man right there, while he's talking crap about us, we went and took a crap on his car. We're not talking bad about him, but we took a crap on his car. That will teach him a lesson. Scapegoat.
If I may say, Your Honor, and to the people in this debate, Walter is exactly what he stands for. Yes, a scam. A sham and a scam, and a disgrace to the American population. You know, I don't appreciate my third-party opponent's accusation that I don't know my own children's hobbies.
Can't even list what their
How can I
favorite
not know
hobbies
my
are.
own children's
She
hobbies?
doesn't even know how old they are.
It's sad, really, and it is for this very reason that we are going to be putting restrictions on hobbies for this accusational reasoning. Yes, the American population is only going to be able to engage in hobbies such as water polo, bird watching, beard shaving, and watermelon
done?
spitting. Yes, it is
she
this
done?
watching, spitting, poloing generation that will bring about change in America.
He knows nothing about how to use duct tape properly. Do you know why? Because he can't afford it. Because of her inflation.
No,
and
no,
his
that's not what I
stupidity.
stand for.
And that's
Excuse
why
me.
he
I
is
stand for the
not
rise of
going
inflation.
to become
Okay?
president.
Yes. We
Was
need
I
to
done talking?
rise to the occasion. We need to rise the inflation. We need to set a permanent policy on all champagne glasses, for that matter. Left the champagne glasses
No
at the
one
store
really
and
has
destroyed
a care in
them,
the
that
world
glass
for
could be
what you have to
fertilized.
say.
If Rajesh Prodkash Williams did not understand how to use duct tape because of my inflation, how is that even possible, Shambo? I haven't even become president yet.
It's true. I cannot afford duct tape, and that really saddens me. Let me just pull out. Guys, give me a moment. I need to take care of myself. Psych! Duct tape!
Kim Smith, now your closing statement.
Do you love Connecticut? Do you hate skateboards? And do you love the concept of red rising and tortillas in Mexico? Do you love these things? Then, friends, fellow American citizens, you will love me. Because these are the very grounds on which I stand. This is my policy. This is what I promise you. Rajesh, he thinks he can buy your vote by calling you mentally unstable. And Shambo is what he stands for, a scam. Do you love potatoes? Do you love Idaho? Then you love me. And I love you, specifically Idaho, but you as a whole. And Connecticut, of course. These other guys, they will pretend that they have your back. They will tell you things that you want to hear. But I will only tell you what is good for my campaign, even if it's only half truthful, but it will be more truthful than these guys. That is all, Your Honor. Thank you very much.
Senator Rajesh, you can now give your closing statement.
Here we are at our closing statements. And, you know, I've thought about what I need to say. Here's what I'm going to say. If you're in your right mind, don't vote for me. don't vote for me if you're in your right mind. But I know all of you, or most of you, are messed up mentally. So vote for me. I know you will. Okay? Now, these two here, Crambo and Blim, who knows what they're going to do? They're in their right mind. I'm not. So you and me, brother and sister, you vote for me, and I will vote for you. If you don't see me as your next president, then I don't know what to say to you. I hope you get blind, because those who see me will keep seeing me as their president. That's all for now.
Mr. DeChambeau, you can now give your closing arguments.
How often does a Snapchat story disappear? You only have 24 hours. That's not that much time. If you elect me as president, Snapchat stories will go to 36 hours, okay? I will fight for the Washington Wizards. We will fire everyone there. Why on earth do the Detroit Pistons and the Washington Wizards have franchises? No one knows. Who signs Tobias Harris to a $96 million 3-year deal? No one does unless you're from Detroit or Washington. Who in their rightful mind says, hey, we're going to extend a coach that only coached for 13 games last season with the last name Keefe, who literally does not own 3 wallets. He only has 2 wallets. Oh, don't get me started on Christmas. You might be wondering, how does Santa afford all those toys? It comes from the U.S. tax bill, okay? We're going to get rid of that. Santa's on his own. He's going to be unemployed pretty soon. So you better elect me to make sure that all your money goes straight to me and not Santa. He's a scam. Speaking of scam, vote for the scam party this November. I had a bet that I could talk for exactly 38 minutes, and then I would get that guy out there, Seth's vote. He said that he would vote for me if I talk for exactly 38 minutes. That's right, I fight for everyone's vote.
And that concludes the 87th presidential debate. Of course, as always, I'm your host, Ferry Bippings, and we'll see you next year. All right, guys, wrap it up. Wrap it up. Teleprompter guy, good as always. What a professional day. See you next time.